Vishal, Kalro on the topic Anatomy of a Responsible Disclosure, Zero-Day Vulnerability in Oracle BI Publisher. Information security professional with close to 6 years of experience in information security domain. He is a CISSP, CISA, PCI, DSSISA and CCSK. As an active contributor to ClubHack, he has authorized articles on cloud computing, social engineering, wireless security and measuring when performance.
Sleeping, or they are not drifted in the zombie land. Hello everyone. Hello. That's it. Great. Alright, I'll try to make this session as interesting as possible for you guys. Alright? Okay, to start with my background, I'm Vishal. Currently working with Adobe as the IT audit manager. And last 6 years I've been in the information security industry. The topic of my presentation today is Anatomy of Responsible Disclosure, a zero-day vulnerability in Oracle BI Publisher. Okay, the agenda would be something like this: myths and reality about 0 days, Oracle BI Publisher and the exploit, the responsible disclosure, and some facts on the 0 days. I understand that everyone knows what are 0-day vulnerabilities. We have read a lot about it on security blogs every day, sometimes in everyday newspapers as well. However, to get the background and context set, I'll just quickly go through some facts, myths and realities around the 0 days. So what are 0 days? Are they something that is innovated, invented? Not really. They always existed. They were just discovered or known when exploited. So it's like a time bomb waiting to explode. Is it an alien science or out of this world science? I don't think so. It's what I term as present science. I'll speak more about my terminology of present science later in the presentation. Whom does it affect? Does it affect only corporates or only end users? No, it affects everyone. As we have seen in case of Aurora or the Stuxnet vulnerabilities where it affected the corporates, we have also seen Internet Explorer vulnerabilities in last 2 months back, Java vulnerability which affected the end users as well. What is the current state? 0 days are increasingly being used as an arsenal for cyber warfare.
Thank you so much.
Are being sold underground, are being used against as an ammunition for cyber warfare. Alright, going to Oracle BI Publisher. How many of you guys are working in Oracle here or working on Oracle products and aware of what BI Publisher is? Anyone? Alright, I'll quickly go to the architecture. So Oracle BI Publisher is nothing but a reporting tool which is used to manage and deliver business reports. It can be the source for the Oracle BI Publisher could be the Oracle SQL servers, PeopleSoft, Siebel, SAP, web services, or different databases and applications. It can take input from different sources, and the output can be delivered in different formats. In your PDF, HTML, MS Office documents, in different formats. And it could be delivered to your emails, printer, fax, or different destinations. So typically, Oracle BI Publisher is something that can be downloaded from the Oracle site as a standalone module and can be integrated in your environment. But typically, this module or this BI Publisher is being used as a component in your CRM, the different Oracle CRM and ERP solutions. So usually you don't see it as a standalone module. Though it is available, it is not seen as a standalone module.
Is it crystal report?
Pardon me?
Is it like crystal reports?
It's a reporting tool, which is like crystal reports. It's a standalone reporting tool as well. You can integrate in your environment ad hocly. But usually it is shipped with the major products like Siebel, JD Edwards, or PeopleSoft or something, or a business intelligence module. Usually, no one sees. I've never seen it as a standalone module. Okay, now before I go into what 0-day vulnerability I have found and what I reported to Oracle, I understand everyone or most of the people here are from application security background. Am I right? Yes. Right? So what I'll do is, I have a standalone Oracle BI Publisher running on my machine. We'll go through that, we'll see what it looks like, the interface and everything. And let me see if you can guess that vulnerability. Alright? So I'm running a VMware on my machine here. Okay? This is the administrator module of the BI Publisher Enterprise. Okay, so you can, so I'm just going to the, what I'll be doing is I'm going to the normal functionalities and everything. You can observe the URL and I'll show you the, I'll flag the request in Paros proxy and show you the form or the hidden fields or the different form being posted as well. And then you can try and see what is missing that could have, something obvious is missing because of which this vulnerability existed. So here you can see that this is the admin module and it has features like delivery modes. I can add email servers, I can add printer details, I can add fax servers, FTP servers. Similarly, because it's an admin module, I can create users as well. So I'll create a user. So what I'll do is create user, say test, and I'll trap this request. So this is the request going, creating the username, password, whatever, we are sending this request out. And you can have a look at, we have the cookie, we have the session ID, we have the post request, we have these parameters being passed. Anything obvious that is missing here, that should have been there because it's a critical transaction that I'm passing to the, or I'm trying to create a user, admin user, it's a critical transaction that I'm trying to pass. Anything obvious that is missing here.
Password.
Okay, that is one thing. What else? See, see, those are, that's a password policy. I can implement a password policy. Anything else?
Users created might be, it's allowing the user to specify what sort of ID it's supposed to be. Other than setting the username and password in the database, it's got an additional parameter which says what sort of user or what sort of, I can't really see what it is.
No, okay, so there's something missing. There's some security field missing. That's why I'm giving you a
The passwords are encrypted.
Pardon me?
The passwords are encrypted.
Yeah, so password not being encrypted, it can be, I can set up a HTTPS channel and all that, I can do that. But there's some obvious security feature that is missing here.
So I think it should not user privilege. Yes, for secure it should only be the username and password which should be transferred, but there might be an additional parameter here what will allow this study. It's the same thing. So if you transfer privilege or regular type user,
Right.
user privilege.
Right.
I think that's what he's trying to say. Is that missing the role of
No. Okay. See, again, those kind of things. That's okay. This is right now creating an admin user because I have an administrator module. All right. Because it's a reporting tool, and it used to be only once I have that reporting tool set, only the administrator will configure that tool, the servers and everything. So it's given that I'm creating administrator users. What else? There is security features missing. One of the OS top 10 recommendations are missing. There you go. There you go. That's what I termed it as present science. It's the zero-day vulnerability is not very difficult to find in many of the cases. It's just that presence of mind and what obvious things are missing. So this was when I was looking at this application, I found that, everything is fine. Session ID is quite complex. I tried to do analysis, it's looking fine. Something obvious is missing. CSRF, anti-CSRF token. So I thought there might be a case where something is wrong or I was not sure. So I said, let's explore further and let's see if it is really vulnerable to CSRF. So I'll drop this request, and what we'll do is, we'll still create a release. Okay, delete this user. Okay, so I have only one user, that's the administrator user, and I have created certain attack vectors. In the interest of time, I'll just run these attack vectors. So the first attack vector is for creating a user by the name test1. Okay, so I don't have that user created. I'm opening another browser's thing, copy pasting my URL. There you go, a user test created. A user test created. Similarly, if you see the email server, I don't have any server, I have my attack vector here. There you go. The destination server added. So this was the problem. This was it was vulnerable to cross-site request forgeries. I did some dwelling into doing some background work on seeing whether these vulnerability has been already reported, what was the problem, what had happened and everything. To my surprise, it was not reported. Good, so I found that it was a 0-day vulnerability. So, just going back to my slides. So this was the attack scenario that we just implemented. Admin authenticated to the application to the Oracle VI publisher. Second, the attacker sends an email or by some other means through blog or something that malicious link is sent. Admin opens a mail and clicks on the malicious link and reports sent to the attacker or the malicious users created. So the risk or the risk profile or the threat landscape is huge, humongous if it is in a standalone web-based module. But most of the cases it is not seen because, as I said, it is integrated as the major products. So, and if it's part of PeopleSoft or Siebel, then their authentication comes into play. So they take care of the authentication and everything. So next what I did was I spoke to Oracle. They had a secure communication means, secure communication channel through which they expect or they want the researchers to send out the 0-day vulnerabilities. They looked into it, they acknowledged the fact that yes, it is a 0-day vulnerability. They took some time to come back with the patch and everything. And once they had come back with the patch, they again acknowledged to me, yeah, the patch is released, now I can go public with this information. But I found them very cooperative and very genuine in terms of addressing that yes, the vulnerability exists and we are working on it and we'll do it at the earliest we can. So coming to responsible disclosure. So this is the life cycle of responsible disclosure, how I look at it. So we as information security professionals continue to do our research on security flaws and vulnerabilities. The vendor and the product companies, they need to have established communication and response mechanisms, secure channels, and 24/7 accessibility so that researchers who report their vulnerabilities these vulnerabilities are looked into and they are acknowledged. There should be a proper communication mechanism. The researchers should, the 0-day vulnerabilities are communicated, secure channels are used to communicate. So with Oracle, what they had is they had a public key published on their site. So when we communicate a 0-day vulnerability to them, they want us to use that public key itself. So every company has its own secured way of communicating the vulnerabilities. The vendor does preliminary analysis to confirm the bug and vendor communicates back to the researcher. Then vendor develops a patch, depends upon the criticality. Sometimes it is out of band patch releases or it's part of their critical patch or periodic patch releases. Then patches are developed and released based on the severity of the vulnerability. And finally, the details of the flaws are published on blogs and InfoSec sites, vendor sites, etc. So these that we have been talking about our corporate social responsibilities, our responsibility towards the environment, our national responsibilities and all. So as information security professionals, I feel that it's our responsibility to contribute to make this environment, the products or the environment where we work as secure as possible. So we need to work along with different organizations so that it's a secure world. I mean, no matter what people try, it will never be 100% security, but we as information security professionals have a responsibility. So we need to follow this protocol of responsible disclosure. Some news facts on 0 days. We had Operation Aurora in 2009, we had Stuxnet in 2010, RSA attack in 2011, Java Runtime Environment and Internet Explorer 0-day vulnerability in 2012, and so on and so forth. This will continue. All we could do is help the organization, help people to make it a secure environment. Thank you. Any questions? I hope it was not very boring and people are quite no further questions for the.
Publisher. I request Mr. Rohit to felicitate Mr. Vishal Kalro.
Thank you, Rohit. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Rohit and the ClubHack members for inviting me here and giving me a chance to speak here. Thank you so much.